What up?
Hey y'all, welcome back to Big Little Things podcast. I'm Tiara. This is my husband Kasim, and together we
We
are
are
the
the Collins.
Collins. So, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
So, they have a new monster, kind of almost like a White Claw, 6%. And then he thought it was a smart idea on top of that to have a little bit of garden.
It was a smart idea. Who don't like gardening?
He's going to wake up tomorrow and be like,
Exciting, enjoying, it's spectacular, wonderful.
Sounds like you're explaining something else.
Yeah. We can't talk about it on camera right now.
So today we are going to be getting into bachelor parties, bachelorettes, weddings. So grab your snack, get your little drinks. I have a question for you. How long do you think that people should date before they get engaged?
So you mean dating as
Boyfriend,
in
girlfriend.
boyfriend, girlfriend? Me personally, I feel like you shouldn't get engaged with anybody till you live with them at least a year. That's just my personal opinion. 1 year, you should have to live with the person to see how the person is, because you're taking two lives, you live differently than what someone else lives. So taking two lives and joining it together. So if you guys can't live together, then how are you gonna get engaged?
Okay, so there's this rule out there that the ring should cost a man's salary for 3 months.
I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like me personally, the expensive cost of the ring, the whole thing is absurd. The whole entire situation is absurd. So you're spending all this money on one thing just to put it on her finger to have it for her special day. And that's why I say that's why a lot of men feel the same way. And I'm quite sure you men can attest to that. The wedding ain't for men. You just supposed to show up, bro.
I think from people that I've known and people I've watched on YouTube where they're planning a wedding, most of y'all don't give a shit. A lot of you people are going and having your wedding for the guest, and you are forgetting that you are marrying your person. When from the time that people get engaged to the time that people are getting married, it's I would say most of the time it's between anywhere from like a year and a half to 3 years.
Longer than that. I mean, you got to think. Then, you meet somebody, you date them for a while, so you're dating for some a few months, then you finally get serious. Okay, so then that's a year, maybe two, depending on what the situation is. Then you may move if you're planning a wedding, but you're down what 2 3 years there. You're planning a wedding could take anywhere from 3 years.
They're not really like moving in before engagement. I know a few people that have, and they're married today. But the thing is, if you're waiting until you're engaged, then you have leases too. A lot to factor in before you actually get married. You have to factor in your finances, you have to factor in commutes to work.
There's a lot of guys. If you both have kids, you're factoring into blended families.
Yeah.
You're uprooting the kids out of their normal, situation and joining two lives together. So not only you're enjoying your life, you're enjoying the kids' life and together, together as one. So there's just a lot that goes into it. Kid, if you like me, if you didn't fucking like me, that make no difference to me. I will always ride in that way. I could be the good guy or the bad guy. It don't make no difference to me. You have to live for your own and live for yourself. My favorite saying is, stop being a sheep. Don't be a sheep. Don't follow behind everybody else, what everybody else do and say. Make your own decisions.
I think if I could go back in time, I probably would have had a longer engagement. I would have loved to be engaged for like a year and a half, maybe two, and then we could have went and kind of slowly planned a destination wedding. We're on the East Coast, so maybe like Outer Banks. I would have loved to even maybe Florida somewhere would have been beautiful, or like in the Keys.
Me personally, it didn't make a difference whether it was a destination wedding or a long engagement or a short engagement. That again, I keep saying and I'm gonna say it again and again and again and again. The wedding ain't for men. We don't care. All we want to do is to know the spot where we gotta show up, where we gotta be, what colors it is, blah blah blah. The only thing we're looking at is the cost.
Don't tell that man the cost.
Should be
Whatever
down.
he doesn't know, that's all right.
See, that's the problem now. That's why I said make sure you with your person for a long length of time before you make these decisions.
I mean, honestly, you just have to talk about what you want.
Don't want to be included. Y'all gonna call about the most strangest thing. What color roses should I get, or what color flowers should I get? Should be we don't
Should we have an archway?
we do not care or give to fill all the blanks in you want to fill in with that to blank blank in any kind of way about the flowers, the archways. We, oh, what the tablecloths are going to be. Oh my God, the centerpieces have to be this, and the tablecloths have to be this, and they have to. That's just, and we don't care. Man has said the same thing. Do you like it? How do you feel about it? There's your answer right there. That's what that all we answer.
I
You, as long as you
mean,
like it, we like it. We love it. We get it.
but it would be cool, a little cocktail hour. I would love to do our vow renewal at like sunset.
Mm, yeah,
That would be
nice.
where those
Beautiful.
pictures would be fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overlooking water. I've always dreamt of getting married near water because I am a water sign and I love to be in the water. So, what better way to do that than near the ocean? What age do you think people should be getting married?
Don't get married until you're about 30. That's just me personally.
30, really?
Yep, do not get married until you're 30 because honestly, everybody's brought up in different eras and different times. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at it with your mom and dad, your grandparents, not the grandparents. Because I would say the reason why I say the grandparents is because majority of grandparents that are still together are the foundations of actually what a marriage should look like when it has reached its full potential years and years and years and decades down the line. That there's things that you want to accomplish, there's things that you want to do those. Learn what it is to be single. Learn what
Mm-hmm.
it is to be alone. Learn what it is to love yourself first and understand some things and be in some relationships to understand what it takes to stay in a relationship. Because a marriage is a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's the hardest thing, honestly, that I've ever done. I've had hard relationships, but marriage is by far the hardest one. I didn't really know what that meant in the beginning, but now I do. Now I do. You've done so many things for me that nobody has done. Literally seen it all, the good, the bad, in between. And I feel like it's making me love you more.
oh,
And it's making me really understand what unconditional love is.
unconditional love is something that has grown. Again, that goes back to, different times. That's why you should wait until you're older before you decide to step and get married. I mean, you know, this is not my, first marriage. This is my second marriage.
And his
So
last.
and so yes, and last. So yes, I've been down. When I say I've been down those roads, I've been down those roads. There's certain situations, and I'm not talking bad about anyone. As in, things just did not go the way things should have went because vows to someone, and you say, hey, this is what I want to do for you until death do you part. This is what I'm going to do for you and stand by your side. And that right there is a lot for people in general because people at the end of the day have to still learn how to deal with themselves and to
Mm-hmm.
put up with someone else and turn on us. But same thing as I tell everybody. If you can turn around and raise your kids and love them unconditionally, yes, it's a different type of love because they're your kids. Then you can stay do the same thing with your partner.
We're not very traditional people and we're not religious. And that's fine. But if we were to have a kid, which we've said in the last podcast episode, we're not having any children. I adore kids, I love them, but I'm not gonna lie, as I get older, I don't have the patience that I used to have. People are putting $600 gifts on their wedding registries. How do you feel about that?
Well, you can put it up. You put whatever you want to put up there. Put $600, $700 in. Just know that Kasim Collins is not going to get that. That's all you need to know.
Not from us.
You will not receive a $600 gift from me.
Jeff Bezos just got married and his wedding was over the top and ridiculous. Like the fact that his wedding cost like 50 million, that is more than I'll make in a lifetime.
I mean, this is Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? I
Do I
mean,
expect anything less?
well, I
No.
mean, him spending 50 million was nothing to him. They act your wage, act your ways. Stop trying to keep up with everybody else. Stop
Yes.
trying to do all these big things. Just trying to, enjoy. the whole process of being married. The whole process of being married has nothing to do with the wedding
And you don't
at
have to have a
all.
lot of money either to be married.
No,
A lot of people have this misconception that, oh, I'm not going to get married until I'm financially ready.
everybody does not get everything they want out of a marriage. Just because you get this doesn't mean you're gonna get that. These people that have all this money and they still not happy. You have all these people who have literally been with each other since high school, and and they're 10, 15 years in, and they haven't got married, and then they had kids and all this and the third, and they're still not happy. So there's a lot of reasons why you should just enjoy the process of your marriage before you decide to go, you know, jump into other things. Don't just get married based off
Just
one
for the
thing.
sake of being married. And that actually
Yes.
leads to my next question. Do you feel like marriage is a piece of paper?
No, marriage is a piece of paper, as in becomes for today's
It
society.
is a
Yeah,
legally binding
it's a legally
document.
binding contract.
Yes.
But I mean, that goes back to what how you feel about your faith. You get married in church, okay? You Buddhist, you get married at a mosque. Different religion, so it depends on what it is. Some religions pick your wives out for you and your husbands out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some religion. I mean, I work with a guy. He was Muslim and he had his wife already picked out. Funny thing about that guy is that his wife was Muslim, but he liked black women.
Have you ever thought about people being together, like life partners, but they don't want to get married, but they still want to conceive, have children, be together? What do you think about that? Because I've known people like that, and they're still
Uh,
together 30 years today. They
I
just
got
never wanted to be married.
an interesting story about that situation. I
Okay.
worked with a guy, and he was him and his girlfriend at the time worked at the same. We all worked at the same place. Okay, now they were girlfriend and boyfriend for over 30 years. Okay, so they dated and have lived together for about almost close to 30 years.
Wow.
Okay, never been married, had kids and everything. Okay, both had kids by each other and all that. Okay, they literally after 30 years they finally get married. Their marriage lasted less than 1 year, and they were divorced, separated, moved out houses, and
Mm.
gone. So that goes to tell you that it really doesn't matter how long you've been with a person to say, oh, this person is the person you should be getting married to or you should be moving towards. It really doesn't make a
Mm.
difference. I know heard stories. All of the people met each other at 1 week, and next thing you know, next week they're going to get engaged. Next week they're getting married. People have dated for 10, 15, 20 years, and finally had kids. Kids moved out of the house, and then they decided to get married. There's a
Or
lot of that.
divorce, which
Or
is
divorce.
crazy.
Everybody has a horror story. Everybody has had a situation where they've been in the situation with a long term partner and it's not gone the way that you wanted it to go. Whether they were out here cheating, where they were out here being abusive, where they were being mentally, physically abusive, where maybe y'all were good together, but your kids were just not.
Mm.
So there's a lot of reasons and things upon before you will get married. People change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you are not adapting and changing, I'm not saying everybody changes for the worst. What I'm saying is people change. So if you're not adapting and changing how things go through, and you're not keeping that positive reinforcement that, hey, look, I took these vows, this is what it is, while you're changing, then that's what it is.
Like
Then do your
somebody,
thing.
you can't force somebody to be committed and love you and be around, because honestly, you shouldn't have to beg for that. For me, that's just a bare minimum thing. Not every day is going to be rainbows and daffodils, and not every day you're going to come with all the energy. It's hard. What's some advice that you would give someone that's going to be getting married?
Is driving you, and why do you want to get married? Why is it that you want to get married now? Have you thought of this person in different eras in their life? It's easy to get married for somebody in the beginning and be like, oh, okay, oh my God, this is the person I love. Oh, this person's the best. Da, 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 da. And as time goes on and people go on, people grow and change. People evolve. That's what you do as a human. You evolve. So if you're evolving, then you're going to eventually there's certain things you're going to do differently. Are you going to see a different, bigger picture of certain things that you see now and this? And those are the questions that I would ask a person that when you get married. Are you willing to deal with getting to learn multiple people? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not the same person I was 10 years ago, not the same person I was when I was 20. It's just some kind of. And are you ready to deal with that person as they grow and evolve? And as that person still growing and evolving and still trying to learn you as well?
Make sure that you really want to do it, because it's not a piece of paper, it's not a game, it's for real, you know. A lot of people are just getting married to get married. You can't do that in 2025. Not like them all the time, but you're going to always love them unconditionally. It's okay to still date when you guys get married too. That's what keeps everything going and flowing and alive. You just have to do it. Stop being so afraid to put yourself out there. Stop being so afraid to talk to that person in your class. Stop being so afraid when you go to a certain bar, you go here, you go there to talk to this person. You just never know. Go and put yourself out there. It's hard. And I get it.
They're different. I get it, but at the end of the day, how you gonna know until you decide to take a chance or go out there and do what you got to do? You feel like this person is for you, and this is what it is. You need to just be mentally ready to handle, what marriage comes to get, and it says in the vows. People make this stuff more complicated than what it needs to be. It says in your vows what your responsibilities are to honor, obey, love, sickness, and health. If you're honoring your vows and you're not breaking your vows, then it's not a hard situation for you to do, because everything else in life is going to change. That's why you have the vows. Either way you look at it, you have to just honor your vows. Honor your vows, your marriage will be fine. You do what you got to do. That's your part of it. Now it's for the other person to do their part, and that's how you last. That's how your marriage will be okay. There's a lot of work. Work will never stop. So if you think that your marriage is just going to be in here and you're going to stop working and that's just it, that's not how it works. There will always be work. There will always be work, time to grow and evolve.
Or is that he's not up my butt all the time. Sometimes you can be annoying. Like I'll be cooking and he won't leave me alone. What do you warn me about when you get married? You can't even take a shower. You can't even go and use the bathroom, read a book. Like you can't do nothing without a little husband coming around, peeping around the corner. What you doing? Hey.
If your husband doing things like that, like you can't take a shower, you on the butt when you walking past, coming up behind you, that come up behind you while you sitting there cooking and you doing your thing. Let me say something
No,
to you. Let me say
no,
something to
it's
you.
not sexy because he wants to do that when I have something
Look,
boiling, something in
that's
the oven, and
look,
it's hot and I'm sweating.
look. We understand all y'all women that's on this channel gonna gratefully be with her, but we're not talking to y'all right now. Y'all say we step off to the side. We talking to her. Okay, if we're doing that, then we are still attracted to you. Let me tell you when you be concerned. Your man, you could walk past butt butterball naked. You could walk past in the most sexy lingerie, and he go just like this. That's time for you to be concerned. So understand it, annoy y'all, but just know in the back of your head, yeah, my man still wants me. My man still attracted to me.
Where'd you want to go for a honeymoon? What's like your top three?
Jamaica, Florida Keys, and Hawaii. Yeah.
Florida Keys is supposed to be like the Bahamas because it's so close to the
Yeah,
Bahamas. I
yeah.
heard that it's
Well,
gorgeous.
Florida Keys or the Bahamas are both. Sometimes Florida Keys a couple days, go to Bahamas a couple days.
It sounds like a good time. Go to
Mm-hmm.
the Florida Keys and then hop on a flight and go to
Yeah, man.
Jamaica
Yeah, man. Go to
or
all
go to
three of
Hawaii
them.
or something.
Yeah.
You'd have to be gone for like a month.
That's fine with me. I take a vacation.
I do not want to live out of a suitcase.
But in the top three,
All right, how about you guess? Let's do it that way.
Italy is gonna be one of them.
Where in specific?
Now we ain't ask you all that.
Amalfi Coast.
Italy.
All right, number one, Italy for sure. What's number two?
Puerto Rico, but that's probably not right there.
Italy or anywhere in Europe. Either want to go to Jamaica. The third place would be somewhere like in Asia. But what kills you nowadays are these flights over $1,000 just to go round trip, and that ain't even cutting into. Girl, I can't afford first class going to Japan. That should be like $20,000, $30,000. Like, dang.
Just to sit on a plane.
Yeah, but then they have food. They be having all types of drinks. So we're gonna talk about bachelor parties and bachelorettes. What do you think should be allowed at these bachelor and bachelorette parties?
In my opinion, strippers at the bachelorette party might not be a good idea. Yes, I said it. Yeah,
I didn't think you would say that.
Yeah, I said it. I said it. Just let you know. I said it. Repeat it again. Strippers
Could just get
now.
themselves in trouble.
Now, do I feel like there should be strippers at the bachelor party? Hell yeah, I feel like strippers at the bachelor party. You know exactly why? Because because female strippers is different from male strippers. Okay, you have you have. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put my friends' business out there, but I've known people that have been female strippers and male strippers, and I'm telling you right now, ladies, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. You know, good as well. When you turn around and you went to that bachelorette party, some of you were doing some questionable things that you wouldn't be doing. Bottom line, we ain't gonna go into detail. We just gonna know that you know what you was doing. You and God know what you was doing.
You know what they say about the Bachelor and Bachelorettes? Oh, well, this is the last day I'm single. Mother trucker, you've been in a committed relationship all this time, and you wait until what some people nowadays are having it like a week before. Some people have it a few months. So let's say a few months to like days before the wedding. Okay, if you can't act like you have some sense for a party that's being thrown for a night for you, or going out doing whatever you're doing, and you don't have enough self control, but you controlled yourself for 3, 4, 5 years, stripper thing, I wouldn't want it. Plus, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. Akila would probably do something like that. I would tell her not to do it.
Well, she probably would, and like I said, this again,
to see ding dongs flopping around in my face.
Thank God, man. If you can't turn around and control yourself, because on those kind of situations, have fun. You should have enjoy your time getting married the next day. So have your fun.
Way too high. You need to cut it. Who do you think is responsible for the bachelorette party? I know, but do you know?
Your best man is supposed to be responsible for your bachelorette party. The party is going to be your maid of honor. But
well, that you are correct, but I think that the bridal party, right, needs to be orchestrating the bachelorette so that the bride doesn't have to stress about it. The bride will be like, okay, this is where I want to have it, or I want to go here to this state. Don't sit here and play guess who and guess what.
We already know how we do. Then you ain't gonna know what's gonna go down until you get there. That's how you go. Plans the party, the grooms, they all get together, but the best man is the one that's actually orchestrating it. And the men are just different. We all pick a place. We all go. And we have fun.
What? Y'all, as long as y'all have like food, drink, and like some games or something, y'all can just about do whatever. You could go to a bar and have an arcade, and y'all will literally act like 5-year-olds. But who wouldn't? Because I would too.
Sometimes you go out there and have adult entertainment. Sometimes people go to Vegas and gamble. Bachelor parties where everybody went fishing. Everybody, the whole
fishing for the night is
they
crazy.
Went out on the boat at night, got some beers and everything.
I saw a girl a sleepover at her house, and then the men actually were the ones who went on the trip. Since the bride didn't spend any money, really, she spent like a few $100s because she had it at her house. The beautician came and gave everybody like facials, and it was cute. I thought it was adorable. Like they all painted and sipped wine, and a big, huge fucking sleepover.
Did a bunch of girl stuff.
What do you think about people having joint bachelor and bachelorette parties?
Hell no.
I feel like people, if your spouse is there, you're not going to want to let loose.
Yes, that's as simple as that. No, the answer is just no. Go out and have fun with your friends or your family or whatever it is that you're going out to do. Go out and do that, have fun without your significant other. I don't believe your significant other should be at the bachelorette or bachelor party. I don't feel like it is. Now I do feel like if y'all all going out of town, like say y'all going to Vegas or you're going somewhere else, and I do feel y'all can still spend the party so y'all can go to the same place. Y'all just can't party together. That's fine. I feel like everybody should take their nights and do what they do.
About to get married in a few months. I'm not going and spending like $10,000 to go on a short vacation before my honeymoon. I'll just wait for my honeymoon at that point. Hey, if that's what you can afford, you like it, I love it.